kind of
Even
stuff.
content aside, just the idea of like, I'm going to click into this thing that is so brainless, I don't even have to choose a video.
Yep.
Is pretty bad.
Ruslan.
Today, the news broke that Jerry Springer, famous for the Jerry Springer Show, Jerry, passed away today of pancreatic cancer. Now, I grew up in the 90s, and if you grew up in the 90s, then goodness gracious, Jerry Springer was on all the time. All the time. And I don't know if I should have been watching Jerry Springer as a middle schooler.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Long story short, I grew up watching it, and how much of it was real, how much of it was fake, was really interesting. But the fact that it was mainstream TV and people freak out about like social media now, guys, this was prime time.
This is bad.
This is prime time. Okay, you're talking about all kinds of bizarre three-way relationships, sometimes four-way relationships. You had constant fights. Some of them were staged, some of them were not. You had just crazy things, and it all culminated ultimately, and Zach's going to talk about this on his channel, so watch his video about it, where in the early 2000s, someone went on there and confessed the deletion of another person, right?
It's way worse, actually. The husband and his new wife confront the ex-wife on the Jerry Springer Show. And hours later, the husband deletes the wife after the episode.
The old wife.
The old wife.
So the issue was that was the show complicit, kind of guilty about it, right?
Yeah,
like
did they create
creating
tension?
an environment where this sort of stuff was happening?
Frustration. Blood boiling.
And when did he go off the air? I think he went off the air not too long after that. Now,
final episode date was July 26, 2018.
this man was still on the air in 2018?
Jerry Springer Show ran for 27 years with more than 4,000
My
episodes before
gosh.
coming to an end in 2018.
Bro, so this man was on from when I was in middle school in the 90s.
Yes.
Okay? My 90s middle school career was marked by the deaths of Tupac and Biggie and Jerry Springer. Wow. Okay? That's what I really remember. And he didn't go off till 2018.
When I graduated high school.
When you graduated high school. That's
Crazy.
a long time.
That's crazy.
When I think about Jerry Springer, you know, the headline reads, Mayor and television show host. The last time I really remember thinking about Jerry Springer was when he went on PBD's podcast and they debated his politics, his political views. And apparently later on in his life, he got really into politics. And so here is this dude who had, and by the way, I disagree with pretty much all of his political views, but here's this dude who has this career where he was a mayor, I think at a fairly young age.
Yep, 1977. He served one term.
Yeah, served one term as a mayor, was doing like news stuff, just like regular news stuff, and then pivots and does this like hyper sensational, pretty dark show, and it, you know, culminates to all kinds of weird stuff happening and real people being affected by their life.
And you can watch it from home.
Yeah, so things kind of swing in opposite directions, right? Like, because then I think people were over Jerry in the mid 2000s.
Yeah,
and then people swung back over to World Star Hip Hop and like really dark debaucherous stuff as the internet really exploded, the dark web, and I think it's kind of swung it swung back and forth, right? Jerry Springer, okay, we're off that, this is really dark, and then like boom, World Star Hip Hop, really dark, fight videos, that kind of stuff is going crazy, and it seems like we've shifted away from that. I'd say in the last decade. I could be wrong, but it seems like we have.
Yeah,
I think that's good. I would still like our media consumption to be similar to like the Chinese version of TikTok, where like they're rewarding stuff that's more popular. You know what I mean?
Most communist thing you ever said.
Yeah, well,
your Russian bones were coming out. You're
I don't know about Russian bones, but
my
you know,
Soviet.
they have a different version, and the stuff they promote is education, and
Yes.
so on and so forth, and they limit the amount of time that kids can consume on the app. I don't know why we don't have the same set of parameters.
Parents.
No, it's the government. The government owns the app, and the government sets parameters.
No, I'm saying, but parents should be doing that, not the government.
I think that when something like it's like or what is the alternative? We're going to ban it here. We're just going to completely ban it.
Absolutely, that's amazing.
Or you can create parameters around it. push stuff up that's going to encourage education and, studying, that kind of stuff, and limit how much access people that are under 20 or under 18 can have on their phone on that app. Yes, that comes out very totalitarian, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's a better alternative than banning it outright.
Well, it's also being banned for like spy issues. If it was actually American made, it wouldn't be getting banned.
Correct.
So like there's security issues to it. And that also is probably why the content is so mind-numbing, if not debaucherous.
Yes.
Is because there's another country kind of trying to indoctrinate a certain age group.
Allegedly.
I mean,
in Minecraft.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be easy with the conspiracy.
What are they gonna do? What is China gonna sue us? The freaking United States agrees with me. What are you saying? Easy. This isn't like the LGTB issue.
I'm joking.
The Supreme Court is like, yeah, Zach's got a point.
I hope they ban it. I don't have a dog in the fight.
There we go.
I want TikTok banned. I want it out of here. I'm just saying, maybe. Okay, let me ask you this. If they had done that preemptively, if the Western version of TikTok was preemptive and we're going to promote positive stuff, encouraging stuff, and the only way you can get unlimited access is if your parents have to opt in for you to get a regular profile. If not, you get an hour a day on this app. If they did that here with specifically minors, let's just say minors, do you think they would be at risk of getting as much at risk as getting banned?
Oh, not at all. But I also think if TikTok was exactly how it is now, but only in the US, like no parameters, nothing, it still wouldn't be getting banned. Then we'd be having the parent conversation.
Got it.
It's just very convenient that it's Chinese owned, so that we can just get it banned and get it out of our lives.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think it's whack that they have a double standard with it. Like, I think it's whack that the Chinese have an app and there's a different version of it.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
That's called
That's wild.
That's called.
They know how addictive it is.
Yeah,
and that's wild.
Yeah,
and so it's like at one point, if we're talking about content consumption, are we consuming the content or is the content consuming us? And are we making content that is going to empower and inspire people to go do something?
Yeah.
Or are we just making content so people consume more and more and more of it? Like, one thing I always appreciated about Gary Vee is he would always say, watch my stuff, but eventually you're going to get off of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like you should get off of it. I don't watch Gary Vee videos anymore. Why? Because I'm implementing all the things that Gary Vee was talking about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't have time to keep rehashing the same ideas. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, I think the tension between TikTok and the Chinese version, all that, I think perhaps it wouldn't have been banned. It wouldn't be as much at risk of getting banned. Obviously, there's national security issues and all that kind of stuff, which is valid. But like, I think the app, as it is right now, is a net negative for society.
Yes.
Which amplifies the how much does China have input on it and all that kind of stuff.
And to bring it back to Jerry Springer, like, his claim is that I think the show is silly, crazy, and has no redeeming social value other than an hour escapism.
Yes.
I would actually say it's a net negative.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
It's not just a flat line. It's not just like, oh, we're in the black here. Like, it's not bad, it's not good. I would say it's actually doing a disservice to the viewer.
Absolutely.
For 27 years.
Absolutely. And I would say, and I would put TikTok in that same category today.
Oh, 100%.
Generally speaking.
Yes.
You could curate your algorithm on TikTok and make it more educational, that kind of stuff.
Even content aside, just the idea of like, I'm going to click into this thing that is so brainless, I don't even have to choose a video. Is pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's training your own brain, even if all the content is just Bible verses. It's training your own brain to be like, I don't have to think, and I'm going to move on to the next one when this one is kind of boring. Like, that is darkness.
That's a fact.
Because even if the content's okay.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So it's
at
like,
least in YouTube, you got to click into something.
Yeah. Like it's the opposite of those like training your mind puzzles so you don't get Alzheimer's early. It's the opposite of that. It's like, you're probably going to get early onset Alzheimer's because this whole generation's just like.
Yeah. And we are on there. I just don't ever use it.
Yeah, I don't use it.
Yeah, I think they throttle Christian content at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, this clip is from our daily after party stream. If you enjoyed it, consider signing up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month, where you get access to the replays of our daily after party streams, as well as the uncut extended versions of our podcast, Discord access that's private, and a discount code for our merch store, only $5 a month. And ultimately, it's the best way to help us contextualize the gospel of Jesus using media, podcasting, and of course, YouTube. The link for that is in the description or in the pinned comment. The perks are amazing. You should get on there. It's only $5 a month. I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.